On today's extremely Friday-ish show, I'll be discussing Stoicism on TV news, exploring beyond the North Pole, being a number in a bar, the principles of caffeine management, how books and music and stuff work, and more. I'll also attempt a mashup of Stevie Wonder versus Will Smith's Wild West soundtrack versus some standard Eminem tune of some sort. Hello. Join me at a tremendously exciting moment. It's into your head, number 624 for Friday. We've a lot to get on with today, items that need to be attended to, issues that need to be addressed, microphones that should have been adjusted before I pressed record, but I'm doing it now, hence disrupting the program. Sorry about that. I'm anxious to get going here. I need to go out in an hour or so, and I want to get something done now while I'm caffeinated, and before it's too late in the day to be caffeinated, because you can't be getting caffeinated in the afternoon or the evening, I can tell you. There's one thing I've learned from 5.5 years as however it is, I don't know, since 2007 anyway. If there's one thing I've learned from the business of podcastual entertainment, is that you can't be having caffeine too late in the day, because if you have caffeine too late in the day, then you're going to be awake. You're going to be awake and alive and well. And while I'm all for being alive and well, I'm not all for being awake late at night, late into the night and early into the next morning. It's fine being awake early in the morning as long as you were asleep the night before. But there's one thing, there's a big difference I can tell you between being awake at 6 o'clock in the morning after being asleep all night and being awake at 6 o'clock in the morning after being awake all night. Surely there must be some happy medium. Maybe if you sleep, I've discovered sometimes if you sleep till, if you go to bed early and sleep till 2 a.m, then it works out well. You can get caffeinated bright and early, get some shit done, and then be ready for your day without being too caffeinated late into the afternoon. But then you find you're so caffeinated then in the morning that you're overthinking it. You're thinking, I wonder, am I over caffeinated? Have I taken this too far? Am I like your man who went to the North Pole and keeps going back for more punishment, and eventually he's going to be buried in an avalanche of snow, rather than dying a natural death in a nursing home and being buried in an intentional and controlled avalanche of clay, which apparently is the preferred route for human beings. No, I'd much prefer to be buried in an avalanche on my 73rd mission to the North Pole. He's probably trying to find out what's beyond the North Pole, up in space. I don't know if he realises he have to be, he needs to get with NASA. He needs to get with their program, the space shuttle program, or wherever it's going to replace it now that it's defunct. He needs to get, if he wants to go beyond the North Pole, he's not going to get there just by continuing to walk past the North Pole. He'll just end up at the South Pole then. He needs to get with the space program and tell them, I want to see what's beyond the North Pole. Can I hitch a ride with you on your next trip to Mars or wherever it is you go? Bring me past the North Pole. We'll have a look over the horizon just past the North Pole and we'll see what's over it. Maybe we'll find that the Earth is flat after all. Who knows? It makes sense if you can't go any further than the North Pole and you can see a horizon and then there's space beyond it. Surely to Christ that means the world is flat. As flat as a pancake. Are pancakes flat? I don't know. Pancakes are not really a big thing here in Ireland. I don't know if you people realise they're just a McDonald's thing. You go into McDonald's drive-thru in Nace or Portlaoise of a Saturday morning on your way to go shopping, and you go into the drive-thru and you say, hello, can I have pancakes and syrup please? And nowadays they give you insufficient syrup. They've made the syrup container smaller and they give you 2 pancakes and a flat sausage that looks like a freaking pancake, but it's not. Sausages are not meant to be flat. They're meant to be cylindrical shaped and have a skin. But no, apparently in McDonald's frigging sausage is a Patty. I have an aunt called Patty. She had a husband called Paddy, long gone. I also had an uncle on the other side of the family called Patsy, who's also sadly deceased. I also have, what else have I got? I've got a lot. Come on in, come on out. Come on in, girl, you've got a lot. We've got a lot of love between us. Hold on to what we've got. Anyway, hello, and welcome to Friday's show. Now, I know what you're thinking there. You're thinking, he's going to start doing I know what you're thinking there. He's thinking, oh, I know what you're thinking there. He's going to do I know what you're thinking there. He's going to do etc. thing and get into a loop. A fucking ridiculous and repetitive loop, which by definition is a fucking repetitive. There's nothing entertaining about repetition. Repetition is one of the lowest forms of humour. Well, there's more to life than being humorous, I can tell you. It's the whole, not everything has to be funny in this world. You don't have to be cracking jokes every minute of every day. You see this now on the news, they'll go, hello, the President of the United States is being tragically shot dead by some scumbag. I mispronounced scumbag. Isn't that hilarious? Let's have a chat with the sports fella about that. Did you see what I did there? This will probably end up on one of them blooper shows at the end of the year. Anyway, the poor old president has been dead by some fucking cunt. Some fucking cunt shot him, they'll say. And the sports fella will say, oh, I'm afraid I can't involve myself in that kind of language. I can see why you're upset, but still, no need to get carried away, as they say. Ho, ho, ho. Relax there, chill out. You're just a newsreader. You're supposed to remain, what's the word, staid or something. Or you're supposed to remain calm and relax and say hello. There's been a shooting incident. The person involved is being named as the president, or whoever it is, wherever the tragic news story he's reporting on is. He's supposed to remain staid. Is it staid the word? Or stoic? Stoic, that's the word. Stoic. Stoic. Stupid name for a cat, but fine name, I suppose, if you can remember it, for a state in which a newsreader is supposed to be. Irish newsreaders are like that all the time. They go on and say, good evening, here are the news headlines. Two men have been shot with a paintball in a non-serious incident. In fact, it turns out it was all a game. Speaking of games, to report on this further, here's our paintball sports correspondent, whatever his name is, I don't know. However, I don't know what the paintball correspondent is on RTE television. In fact, there may well not be one. Now that I think about it, they've limited resources. I can tell you, they're not the BBC. They don't have a reporter for every single sport. No, they have to make do with what they've got. Come on in, girl. You got a lot, girl, and something. We have to make do with what we've got between us, but we'll manage, 'cause we're living on a prayer, halfway there. Oh, we're halfway there, living on a prayer. You've got to hold on to what we've got, girl, we've got a lot. That's a mashup. Living on a prayer and hold on to what we've got. I've mashed the two up. That's what the young people do nowadays. They mash things up. They mash up their songs together. They say, here's the potatoes. The potatoes might be an Eminem song about some woman getting put in the boot of a car, and here's the carrots and brown sauce. And the carrots and brown sauce might be, I don't know, some Stevie Wonder tune. They'll say, what's the Stevie Wonder song? Let's see. Oh, I wish these days would. They'll have the Stevie Wonder tune underneath going, I wish these days would. Oh, that's already being done. That I wish song, that's been done with Will Smith's Wild Wild West soundtrack, hasn't it? Well, there's no reason why it can't be done again with an Eminem mashup by some youngster in an unauthorized YouTube video featuring a mashup. Well, we try that now. We might as well. Let's see. So we start with Stevie Wonder's I Wish. I wish these days would. I wish these days would. Something thing. Days would. Something thing. Stevie Wonder is great for the harmonica. I'm not sure if there's any harmonica in that song, but I think it's appropriate to use the harmonica for the bits where I don't know the lyrics. I wish these days would turn back again. I wish these days would turn back again. And then you put the Eminem stuff over it. So you go, I wish these days would. Bitch, I'm going to put you in a bag. I wish these days would. Bitch, I'm going to stab you in the face. I wish these days would. Bitch, just because of my mother. I wish these days would. Something. I wish these days would. The wild, wild west. I wish these days would. Bitch, you're a pest. I wish these days would. Bitch, I'm going to put you in my boot. I wish these days would. In America, that's called a trunk, in case you're wondering. I wish these days would. I wish these days would. 'Cause I love them so. Do 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 do. That's a real lyric. Do 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 do. Bitch, I'm gonna kill you. Do 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 do. I wish these days would. Bitch, I'm going to kill you. It's my mother's fault. I wish these days would. Haley. I wish these days would. Note to self, fade the south. I wish these days would. I wish these days would. I wish these days would.
Do you ever shop at Amazon.com or Amazon UK? Get there through Neal's special Amazon links, and Into Your Head gets a generous cut. Every time. Just visit intoyourhead.com/offers every time you're about to buy anything on Amazon, and follow the special Amazon links to start shopping.
Two numbers walk into a bar. One of the numbers straight away goes up to the bar and says, hello, I'm the number one. Can I have 2 pints of beer, please? And the woman behind the bar says, oh, you want 2 pints of beer and you're the number one. Isn't that hilarious? Isn't that very witty of you? Well, no, you're the number one. Unless you have ID showing that you're the number two, all you're getting is 1 pint. The fella says, well, not only can I prove that I'm entitled to 2 pints, I can prove that I'm entitled to 3, because this fella with me who's sitting down there waiting for his round, or my round rather, the round that I'm getting for both of us, he's the number 2, and when you add 2 plus 3, you get 3, so we're entitled to 3 pints between us, and you can ID us by just looking at us, because as you can see by looking at me, I'm the number 1, it's fucking obvious. Do you need me to spell it out for you? Do I have to turn into the word 1 rather than the number 1? Do you not know what a 1 looks like? You can see down there the giant number 2 there sitting at the little table there. He's clearly a number 2. The woman says, I don't care, it's the law, you have to show me some identification. And the number 1 says, I do not, you're not entitled to demand identification. My identity is none of your business, even though it's obvious from looking at me. You're only allowed to ask for proof of age, which is a different thing from identification. Your age is only one part of your identity. And the woman says, oh, very well, smart horse, show me proof of your age. And he says, here it is, look at me, I'm 1, my age is 1, not 1 year or 1 week or 1 month or anything, just 1, just the number 1. I am 1, I will always be 1, even if I multiply myself by myself, because I don't have a girlfriend, so I just multiply by myself. I'm still 1. Now, admittedly, that's different with me and my friend 2 over there. Well, you multiply 2 by 2, you get 4. But he's not planning on doing any multiplying at the moment. He's a number, not a rabbit. Anyway, if you don't mind, I think this is... I think I've reached the end of my little speech here, so I'll just wait here while you serve me. And the woman behind the bar says, I'm going to have a word with my boss here. And she disappears off. And the number 1 sits there looking pissed off. He sits at the bar on the stool looking pissed off. How a number 1 looks pissed off, I don't know. But he looks pissed off. Frankly, he'd rather be a cat. He'd rather be one of a pair of cats that's just walk into a bar. But apparently, the cat stories are getting a bit old according to the fella who makes them, so he's decided to do a numbers for today. So he thinks, I could have had class, I could have been a contender, I could have been a cat in a bar, but no, here I am, I'm a fucking number. How the fuck does a number walk into a bar? No wonder they won't take me seriously in here. I'm a fucking number. It doesn't even make sense. What the fuck next? What next? He'll start making Eminem songs with me or something. Was there an Eminem song with a number in it? There probably was. There was a Will Smith film called 7, if I remember rightly. I don't know what it was about. It was one of them things where something miraculous happens and everyone's great. Or was that something else? I don't know. Couldn't care less, quite frankly. I'm more concerned with getting some beer into me now. Where's that woman gone? I think she said she was going to ask her boss, but I happen to know she is the boss, so I think something's gone wrong here, either with the story itself or with the woman who's fictional anyway. We're all fictional, but she must have got stuck somewhere as being an error or something. She's got stuck in the system, it's a bit like when your washing machine goes on the blink because someone left money in their jeans and you put the money in with the jeans in there and the money rattles about and ironically causes you money because you have to get the fucking rubber replaced on the washing machine now. Rubber is a lot lighter and less precious than the metal from which money is made, yet still the money manages to damage the... I don't know. Where am I going with this? I don't know. I'm just a number. That's what everyone is nowadays. We're just numbers. I'm the 7,643,421st person to be born on this planet in the last... Oh no, that doesn't make sense. Either way, anyway. Suffice to say, numbers. It's all about numbers. If this was BBC 4 or something, this would be some ironic little short story about how we're all numbers, we're all effectively just numbers going around trying to get served in bars, but they don't realise that when they create a story like this, there's a number like me sitting in a bar somewhere waiting to get served, and it's very frustrating for me because I'm not an actor. I wasn't born to do this sort of thing. I wasn't bored at all. I'm just a fucking number. I'm supposed to be on paper or in your head, not in a fucking pub. Jesus Christ, no wonder the young people of today can't... Now, I know what you're thinking there. A regular long-term listener, you're thinking, oh, he's doing that thing where he fades himself out and he's going to say, now, if you don't mind, I'm going to fade myself out there. Well, no, I'm not. I'm not at all. That's the end of the segment. I just intentionally faded it out at the end for effect. It wasn't because of any quality control thing. I'm perfectly happy with that segment. It doesn't need to be faded out prematurely. It reached its end and I decided that would sound good, fading it out. Sometimes it's good to fade stuff out. That's why you hear some songs on the radio. They don't end with a crash on the drums. They end with being faded out. They'll just repeat the chorus over and over again. They'll go wiki wiki wild west, wiki wiki wild west, wiki wiki wild west, wiki wiki wild west. and then it'll fade out. I can't reproduce the fading out thing with my mouth and my harmonica here. It's too difficult to do. I can't just go quieter and quieter into that good night. I could probably do it in the editing process, but that would be a bit contrived now at this stage, wouldn't it? So no, we won't do that. Anyway, suffice to say, that's how music works. Is there anything else I can explain to you? Do you want books explained to you as well? Fair enough. A book is basically a movie, except with books. They've got different people playing the characters than are in the books. Your man who played Harry Potter in the movies, he's not the same fellow who played Harry Potter in the books, I can tell you. Completely different people. The people who play the characters in the books are just figments of your imagination. You can imagine whatever actor you want playing Harry Potter when you're reading the book. You can say, oh, I'm going to have, who will I have? I'll have Clement Freud, the late grandson of psychiatrist Sigmund Freud, who's dead. They're both dead, but I can have him playing Harry Potter when I'm reading the book if I want. Completely up to me. It's all in my imagination. It's all about imagination all across the American nation. I'm a bit obsessed with America. I don't know if you realise. It's not intentional. Every bit of media you get over here that's like anyway halfway decent other than this podcast comes out of America. You have the likes of Gordon Ramsay. Now he's English, but they shipped him off to America. They said, oh, you're good. You have to go to America now and be good in a bigger way. You have to make bigger foods with bigger guests and bigger, crankier, more aggressive contestants. And you have to swear more, but in a non-threatening manner, because you're not really supposed to swear on American television. So do it in a way where it sounds like you're benign. So pretend you're a benign chef on a cookery competition. Avoid the word cunt at all costs. Just imply that you'd be prepared to say cunt if this wasn't on the television and this was the real world. Apart from that, no. Anyway, that's the books explained for you. What else can I explain? Do you want music explained? I think I've explained music many times. It's basically you get some notes and you put them down on the paper. You have all sorts of notes. Notes like start with the harmonica like this, and then you bring in the guitar. I have a guitar over there. I can't be arsed to reach for it, so I'll just represent the guitar with my harmonica. And then you get your voice. You get your voice like this, and you go, oh, once upon a time. Once upon a time, there was a slime ball by the name of Sweeney Todd, I'd say, because Sweeney Todd, there was a musical of Sweeney Todd. The story of Sweeney Todd, the great killer from London, set in the 1800s or thereabouts, or the 1800s, I think. He was basically a fella who ran a barber shop and he killed all his customers. And this was considered inappropriate. The Hair Cutters Association said this runs against our hair cutting standard number 17 that says you're not supposed to intentionally slice the heads off your customers. We're going to have him expelled from our organisation. In fact, we feel obliged to report him to the judiciary, the police and the judiciary system, and have him brought to justice. Because frankly, while he does deserve being removed from our organisation and having being stripped of his hair cutting certificate, we think there's more to it than that. We can't do the whole putting them in jail thing. We don't have the authority to do that. Quite rightly so. Hair cutting associations like us shouldn't be entitled to put people in prison. There's such a thing as giving too much powers to organisations. Next thing you know, you'll have some organisation in Brussels telling people how much their banks can charge to people for owning a house, regardless of based on what the climate is like in a country at the other side of the continent. Absolutely fucking ridiculous. Let's hope that never happens. That's what they said about Sweeney Todd. Music, that's what I was talking about. Anyway, music. So basically music is just a series of noises It's all about arranging them in the proper order, in an order that's pleasant to people, or that's meaningful to people. You get a note like this, and then you get another note like this, and then you get another note like this, and then you pick the best of three, which I think would be this one. That's your first note done. And then you move on to your second note. Now, it's not quite the same with the second note, because it has to follow on from the first note and make sense. I'll tell you, that's where you sort out the men from the boys as regards musicianship. If they can string a few notes together that make sense and follow on from each other, that's when you know they might have some potential. And then, of course, nowadays you just do this. Oh, baby, baby, baby. Oh, baby, baby, baby. This is a song. This is a song. I'm feeling a bit Friday-y today. I don't know if you've noticed. It's unusual because it's 9:18 on Tuesday morning as I record this. But no, I'm glad to be up to Friday's show. It means I'm making some progress here. I'm making some headway in the world of this week's recording, because I want to get on to next Mondays now. I need to clear next weekend's schedule. So I want to get on to next Monday's show and get that done. That will probably feel like a Wednesday show when I do it. But no, this feels like a Friday. That's good. It's Tuesday, but it feels like Friday. And if it's Tuesday morning, but it feels like Friday when I'm making my Friday show on a Tuesday, then at least I'm doing some element of my job correctly.
There's still more to come on Into Your Head.
Do you need to buy new glasses? Do you want to help your favorite podcast but can't afford to? Well, now you can do both. Goggles 4U is the online destination for prescription eyeglasses and sunglasses of all varieties. Save while shopping for single vision, bifocals, progressives, and photochromic lenses, whatever they are. Use their virtual try-on feature to try over 3,000 frames online, including designer frames. The 360-degree viewer will help you in making the right selection of frame every time, because let's face it, you're pretty vain, aren't you? Goggles 4U offers worldwide shipping and 24/7 customer service. And the best thing? When you shop at Goggles 4U using Neal's big green blurry advert at intoyourhead.com/offers, Into Your Head get a generous commission, and it doesn't cost you a penny extra. So next time you need glasses, visit intoyourhead.com/offers. Click on the big, green, blurry Goggles 4U ad and start shopping. Hello, I'm Dustin. I help the show out by doing these adverts for free. You're welcome. Neal says you should thank me by checking out my weekly 2-hour music show, which you can get via intoyourhead.com/Dustin. Dustin, feel free to make changes or add to this one. Right. Yes. I do music, and I talk bullcrap in between the music sometimes. You want details, you go to intoyourhead.com/Dustin. Thank you very much.
As we approach the end of the show, I think it's time to calm down, get a grip, and be a bit more stoic. I like to be the same as I expect of our newsreaders. I should be stoic as I bring this show to a tidy conclusion and not be going mad and nuts on the freaking mouth organ with the fucking Eminem songs. No, need to calm down, because this is the end of the week. I'm leaving you, the listener, on your own to your own devices till a minute past 1 on Monday morning now. I need to leave you with some sober thoughts so that you can get on with your life. That's what I expect of my media anyway. If a show is on during the week and it's going away for the weekend, I wanted to leave me feeling refreshed and ready for the weekend and able to survive without it for the Saturday and the Sunday. So as a kid, I used to worry about this. The 6 o'clock news and the 9 o'clock news would be on like clockwork, Monday to Friday. But then on a Saturday, the 6 o'clock news would go disappear away. The hour-long one anyway. And it would come on for 10 or 12 minutes or wherever it took. And then it filled up the rest of the time with movies. And the 9 o'clock news would become a movable feast at weekends, or come on whenever the movie was finished, or they'd shove it in after the lottery game show or something. So it was very unreliable, and I basically felt like my news readers were leaving me to survive of my own devices at the weekend. It was quite scary, really. It was like when your mother used to bring you to play school in the morning and then just leave you there and disappear off until 1 in the afternoon when she'd come back to collect you. News readers are supposed to make you feel safe. They're supposed to make you feel you can get, the world is okay, everything's about to explode into nuclear war, but it's okay, the media is here. They used to show a clock before the 6 and the 9 o'clock news. They show, the time now is approaching 6 o'clock, and you'd see the second hand, which in those days was the third hand, because it had 3 hands, but the third hand was inexplicably called the second hand, and they'd show it moving. It was the only hand that you could see moving, supposedly the least significant hand of all, because it only counts little miniature seconds, but that's the only one that you could see moving. It's the little hand on the second hand on the clock is like the little, what's it called, the little, whatever animal it is, the little animal that could. I know that old fable, the little animal that could. I can't remember what animal it was. Was it the little tortoise? Yeah, the little tortoise that could, or wherever it was. The little something that could. That's a very American tale. I'm not too familiar with. Hold on, we'll find out what it is. I don't want to be saying the little animal that could. The little that could. Search. The little engine that could. Is that it? I thought there was something else though, a little animal. Never mind. It was something anyway that turned out it could. A feeble little animal that could. It's a bit like the story of the hare and the tortoise, except with a little animal doing well at something. That was what. Anyway, whatever Torah was all about, that's what I wanted to leave you with today. Not with some fucking Eminem mouth organ mashup thing for loads of fucking swearing in it. No. So I hope you'll all be okay until a minute past midnight on Sunday night, Monday morning, which will be when the next podcast will due out. Unless I'm dead or ill or busy, it'll be out then. So, good morning.
If you would like to comment on any of the issues raised in today's programme, email us at studio@intoyourhead.com. Remember, we value the opinions of you, the humble and ignorant listener.
Sit, Annie, sit. Good cat.
Intoyourhead.com.